Shalom, party people, and welcome to the 12th Sea. Phlster Enigma. I have another video on this, doing a breakdown of me going through the refuge training course after having worn this for both days, hard use, and it works great. This chassis system, it is the holster, it is the faceplate, it is the support belt with the magnetic buckle that is there, and then I purchased the mag carrier as well. Also comes with this little leg leash that grabs around your leg, hooks in. This whole system I've had for several years now. I went through the refuge training and I wanted to make sure that this thing would just hold up. So I asked the instructors, like, hey, can I use this thing during training? I'll take the pistol out and I'll run one of your training pistols in there. And they're like, yeah, sure, no problem. Just, no live fire during our course, obviously, because we don't want to have to do real medicine on people, even though, they would if they had to. Anyway, um, man, this thing has taken abuse. I wanted to know that it would work. That said, I have to use this as a daily carry under most circumstances. I have worn this with suits. I have worn this with sweatpants. I have worn this with jeans. I have worn this, you know, just about any configuration. And this thing works and it conceals my firearm underneath my clothes, which is wonderful. Now, normally I'm running a real pistola in here, but for the purposes of putting this on YouTube, I'm not going to show you guys my firearms. It's just not how I roll. I did modify the holster to accept some things that are on my pistola, but in general, it overall holds and it works great. Phlster has several different holster options. You can also buy your own holster and attach it on here. This is very, very modular. This is a chassis system. Phlster is in the process right now of upgrading what they have, but in general, this thing is the same thing that you could go on to Phlster right now and purchase. The leg leash is very, very nice. There are other chassis systems that are out there. I haven't seen any others that have a leg leash option. The ability to have it grab onto your leg so that way when you draw, your whole holster doesn't slide up a whole bunch of inches on you, that matters a whole heck of a bunch. It keeps it centered on you. So this thing is not now married to your pants, it is hanging onto you. There is a little bit of, a learning curve in, hey, I've got to go to the bathroom. Now I have to undo the leg leash, raise up so that way there's there. But if you're in public, just go into the stall, it's no big deal. As a guy, you can, still unzip and do your business without having to maneuver things a whole heck of a lot. But, you got to go number two, you got to go number two. That is how it is. Um, this, I don't exactly remember how long I've had this. I know it's at least 3 years, I think, maybe a little bit longer. Uh, but this has taken some hard abuse. This has been a daily carry option for me, and I like it because it works. I used to have some other things on here. I used to run like either a slishy or a S-mark bandage in there. I used to run a knife on there. What's nice about it is it gives you options. You can adjust the belt according to, how much food you want to eat that day or whatever. You can make it a little bit snugger, a little bit looser. I've even thrown on paracord on there so that way I can hook seats to it if I had to. Um, it works for me, and that's what I like. This is a little bit of a pricier holster system, but it is a system. It's not just a holster, because you can spend 50 bucks on a holster that's just going to grab onto your pants or whatever, but if your belt's no good, then the holster's not going to be any good. Uh, if you were to buy all of these separately, you'd be looking at um, about $100 for just the faceplate and the belt buckle that came with the leg leash and the nylon webbing belt. You'd still be about $100 for the holster, which is not that ridiculous for a good Kydex, well-made U.S. holster. And then you buy the universal mag carrier for a couple of bucks. Um, when you look at it like that, you may buy like a core belt for like $75. You may buy a really good holster for like 125 bucks. So it's gonna about wash out when you look at it that way. And then this opens you up to now you can carry deep conceal in a suit. You can now carry tucked, untucked. You can jeans. You can basketball shorts. I have been in basketball shorts and a cut off t-shirt and I have hugged people and they have not realized that I was wearing a firearm. That is super, super important. I have been in buildings that were not friendly to everyday carry, and nobody knew that even though I was wearing a pair of suit pants and a tucked in shirt, nobody knew that I was carrying. I have been places that, are frowned upon that people carry firearms, and nobody knew that I was carrying, even though I was in basketball shorts and a t-shirt. Uh, can your normal holster do that? That's for you to answer. It's cool because they do right or left-handed setups. They do more universal options. They have light bearing options. The light bearing is a whole different faceplate, a whole different holster. Um, this takes a whole bunch of accessories. You can run a more cushioned belt option on there, and you can put things in different pockets. I've seen like whole duty belt setups on this. Current setup, just because I've found EDC options to hold other things for me in other ways. Current setup on this, I'm just running pistol and magazine. I've run tourniquets back here, and they work. Um, Noted, I did add this retention strap back here because I didn't want to cut the strap. On the off chance that I ever give this to someone who's bigger than me, I just didn't want to have a cut strap. And so this has been back here, and it works great. I threw some Loctite on the screws, and ever since I did that, they have never backed out on me once. Um, you can run in this. You can ruck march in this. You can every day, you can rock climb in it. You can, crawl on the ground. You can roll around on the floor. This has wonderful retention. This disappears on you if you know how to stage it properly on your body, and that is a learning adjustment with any holster. Um, it's comfortable when I drive. It's an everyday, all day carry, and I like that. If you are in the market for a inside the waistband holster, you should probably look into the Phlster Enigma. It is a really cool, well-made system that has such modularity behind it. If you are into the Jeep Wrangler stuff, if you are into the G-Lock modification world, this thing has so many ways that you can modify it, so many aftermarket options. If you don't like their holsters, you can run your own so long as it fits the parameters that they need. If you don't want to deal with a million modifications and you want a quick ship option, they have that. These things are just rock solid, and they've got such a cool aftermarket support for them. So that just makes it even cooler, in my opinion. The magnetic belt buckle that's on there is super fun. I like that. It is far enough away from the pistola itself that I'm not really worried about the magnet interfering with anything. It's a neodymium magnet that is right there, and once you get even over here, it's not going to have any magnetic effects where it is. I don't like magnets near firearms. This would be the closest that I would even begin to be comfortable with. And this thing works. I don't like those magnetic holsters that grab it right there. This isn't that problem. I think the Warrior Poet Society sling has one of these magnets on there. I think they call them like the Jedi belt buckle or whatever. It's cool. It does not come undone until you pull this piece right here, and then it pops out. You can twist on it, torsion on it, and it holds. In most cases, that is going to just kind of sit, and it's out of the way. You run your pants over it, you're never going to know that it's there. They do have a low profile option if you think that that is going to be too thick for you. All in all, the Phlster Enigma has treated me so, so well. Hard use, absolutely hard use, and it is showing some wear, but this thing is holding up, and it's holding up well. I would 100% buy this again at full price. That is how much I like this. Go do hard things.